hope you enjoyed part 1 of our video tour. If you didn't see it, it will be the video before this one on my channel. It's quite windy today and it's also very warm. Just the sort of weather that these poor plants don't want, really. But buddleias are out, but we don't have any butterflies on them just yet. Anyway, let's start part 2 of our plot tour, which is going to start just over there. See you in a minute. So, to the other side of the plot now. Going to start with a bed of courgettes, which are just starting to fruit. Got some yellow ones and some green ones. We've had 1 or 2 small ones already, and I'm hoping there's some small ones to pick for tea tonight. We have our second lot of peas here, which have pods, but they're not swollen yet. Hopefully they'll be ready to pick once the first lot at the other side of the plot are over. But what I have been picking are some of these mosh too. And again, I'm hoping to be able to pick 1 or 2 for tea tonight. Another lot of sweet corn. This is what we call buddleia walk. We used to get masses and masses of butterflies on here, but for a few years we've hardly seen any. We've seen bees but not butterflies. Maybe we'll be lucky this year. More potatoes. This is just our leftover bed. Any tubers that we had left over went in here. We also had some leftover leeks, which went in here too. And we've 4 ochre or ochre plants, which have actually started to flower. Closed up at the moment. Didn't even know they flowered. Martin's sorting out some hazel for some supports for the peas, and the others for the beans.
Sorry?
Are these for beans?
Yeah.
With quite a few different colours of buddleia, and the perfume's beautiful. It's our main lot of leeks. Oops. Oh, a 3rd lot of peas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just, we had planted in this row here some beetroots and spinach, but I think the slugs ate it. I planted a couple more patches of peas there, which may be a bit late, but they might come up. And we've got a couple of cucumbers. and a really mixed bag of parsnips. Come in all different sizes. The biggest ones are the ones that germinated from the first sowing, and then I put some more seeds in between where there were patches, and they're the ones that are smaller. Don't know whether they'll grow big enough or not. We will see. Carrots are under Enviromesh. Grown carrots like this for quite a few years now. In fact, the plot is gradually becoming an Enviromesh jungle. You see, we have some brassicas under the mesh too. Which again are doing quite well. Buddleia smells absolutely gorgeous. Buddleia are one of those plants where you smell it before you see it. And the strawberry patch. Strawberries have just about finished at this end. Did take all the runners off the plants, but I can see they're having another go. Well, a third go, because I've taken them off twice. These are our elegance plants, which have been really tasty. I said I was going to do the tour in 2 parts. Well, I suppose technically it's 3 parts because I had to stop around here because the battery went flat. So, picking up again. As I was saying, there are some strawberries to pick. There's just one somewhere over there. There's a nice big red one over there. Unless the slugs have had it. These are our hazel bushes that we get all our sort of twiggy supports from, and hazel poles. This one hasn't been cut down this year. Moving through all the shrubbery. In this bed we've got a row of sweet williams, some of which look to have been devastated by slugs, and then the remains of our onion sets that were planted quite late. We hadn't decided what to do with them, and then we thought, oh, why not plant them? They may come up, they may not. Especially seeing as we did have that disaster over the other side. And this is our lavender bed, which is looking particularly nice at the moment. Again, some nice perfume. Surprisingly, the bees have gone. Must have known I was coming round with the camera. Horseradish. And then that bed is our autumn sown annual bed, which is going over now. As are the potatoes in the trial bed. As I've said before, there are 4 tubers of 6 different varieties that we're just trying out there. We've already lifted one variety called Premier, and we quite like that. The broad beans got a bit of battering with the gales this week. But this lot masterpiece, green long pod, just about ready for harvesting. The other ones, Demonica, have been picked over now. And we've got bags of them in the freezer. Then we've got our more successful onion bed. Which has onions and shallots in. The shallots are just about ready for harvesting, I think. Some quite nice size bulbs on there. Autumn raspberries. They're all gold, or fall gold, some people call them. Plum trees, which I've got some plums on. Quite a lot of green fly as well. Rocket potatoes, which we've had quite a few from. Then our main potato bed. And more brassicas. These ones were absolutely, or we thought, devastated by pigeons when they were in the cold frame at home, and we decided to plant them regardless, but looks as though it's paid off. Seem to be growing okay. I think that's purple sprouting broccoli. This is the bed where I planted up containers. Martin's just been picking some alpine strawberries. And this was the last container to be planted with coriander, which is coming up. The other half hasn't got any seeds in it. When the coriander had grown in this half, I was going to put some more in that half. Alpine strawberries. Spinach. Radishes. And some more radishes will go on the front when they've got going. Let's have a peep under here, because spring onions. Normally can't grow spring onions, and these have germinated. Just hope they grow a bit faster now. Just a few parsnip seeds we had left over. The Swedes that we can't grow in the ground, we can't seem to be able to grow in tubs either, because these have been in ages and are just not going anywhere. Unlike the beetroot, which needs thinning now. And then we have various salad leaves. At this side, we've got 3 different lots of climbing French beans. We've got one that has green beans, one that has yellow beans, and one that has purple beans. And again, I can't remember the names of them. I know the green ones are Cobra. I think they're the only ones with a label in. And we've got our annual flower bed. Which was sown at sort of different times. This end was sown first, so it's the first bit to get going. And our new raspberry bed. And different varieties seem to be making different amounts of effort to grow. There's a rose in the background that looks as though it needs a lot of deadheading. Usually just leave it to do its own thing though. These ones don't look too good, are they? Marlin Admiral. And these ones just never grew. They're Glendy. See, the birds have had a little feast. We haven't netted these this year because we didn't expect them to have any fruit, to be honest. I'm going to have to start tying these in. The dreaded bindweed wrapping itself round there as well. That's about it. Just to give you a sense of where we are. Got the plum trees on the left. Oh, there's quite a few plums on that one. And the green gauges at this side. And we're back to the shed. Wonder if it's time for a coffee. Well, that's the end of part 2 of our allotment tour. Part 2 was over this side of the plot. And part 1, if you missed it, was the other side of the plot over there. If you haven't seen it, it should be the video before this one on my channel. Hope you've enjoyed watching. But I have some news. I'm not really going to be posting videos of the allotment and the garden on this channel anymore. I'm going to join Martin over on his channel, Martin Garrett, my husband. We do a lot of videos together and it's quite difficult to decide whether the videos go on my channel or his channel or both channels. Both channels seems a bit silly. We would like to merge the channels, but YouTube doesn't give you the option for doing that. So what we've decided is that, seeing as he's got more videos on his channel, we'll both put videos on there. So if you don't already subscribe to Martin and you'd like to keep watching the videos that I do in future, maybe you'd like to pop across to his channel and become one of his subscribers too. Hope to see you over there. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Bye.